we left off with how to punish the child. If it's necessary, if it's not, how much we have to punish, when we have to punish, how we have to punish. It's something that's extremely important. So if you remember, we spoke about when Ima said to the child, don't touch the cake. You remember what I said?
Yes, Rabbi, you said you tell the child again, don't touch the cake, and then no goodies for 2 days.
And if he wants to touch it, what you gonna do?
You tell him, don't touch the cake.
He doesn't want to listen to you. What are you gonna do?
And a consequence comes into effect
What's the consequence?
for the 2 days, Rav?
But I told him not to touch the cake.
Oh, I think
Smack him on the hand.
What?
Did he get like smacked in the hand or something?
Meaning, I'm aiming only toward the hands that want to take the cake that are saying not to touch. So I am concentrating on this, not to call him all kinds of names. Just concentrate on what he did. So now, when you concentrate on the topic, you'll be surprised how much the children understand. And they're not even crying. Now, we don't have to punish and then come and to start to justify and to apologize to the child. Sorry, we had to do this. Because every punishment, nobody likes punishment, right? Our job is to let the child understand why we did it, and that's it. What is the logic behind what we did? And the child should understand that we're not taking action because we have a tantrum. So that's why you see a child that is not going to be a rebel, is not going to rebellion, and is not even be angry at us. Because in his child mind, he can also get a message that it was fair what they did. They told me not to touch it, and I touched it. Sometimes you want to explain over and over again why we punished him. You don't have to do it. You don't have to. Because the child, because he is a child, he sees as we're trying to justify your action, and you came to apologize. That's what the child feels. If you're trying to explain why did I do it, look, I told you not to touch it, you touched it. So you left me no choice, and that's what we did. That's it. If you say, I didn't mean to, by mistake, so then the child, he knows already, every time Ima is going to do something to me, right away I will attack her, and she has to take the defense, and he sees it as weakness, and he will try to squeeze us as much as they can, the kids. I'll tell you what the kid will tell you. Mommy, you told us whoever raised hands is Rasha. Why did you smack my hand? What an argument, huh? A smart child.
Very smart.
So when it comes to chinuch, when I have to put you in line, the same hand that wanted to take the cake that I said no, the same hand has to get a punishment. This is not I'm raising hands on you. Actually, you raising hands on the cake. And I have to stop you.
We're supposed to tell him this, Rav, at the moment it's happening.
No, if he comes with a
Excuse teretz.
yes, manipulation.
Yes.
Meaning, I always told you, don't lose your coolness. Don't lose your patience. Even if you punish and you're showing signs like you losing it, you know, Ima. This punishment have no effect. The child sees it as a weakness, and he says, it's fun. Ima looks like, you know, let's make her crazy again. And kids, they can do it. What they doing to the teacher in the classroom? Huh? Don't they have that? Let's drive the teacher crazy. Yes?
Yes.
Pitoom you see a gang. A gang. And they laughing together on whom? On the teacher. The same way can be
Rabbi,
in the house.
especially now, where the kids have masks, they sit and they make pig noises like that. And because of the mask, the teacher cannot see who it is. It happened to my next door, my coworker. She said it drove her crazy because she would stop, turn around, and they would, because of the mask, she cannot tell them to stop, you know, to pull it off. And the second she would turn around, they would do it. And she's looking at them and they're doing it, but the mask, she can't see who it is.
Unbelievable. That's a funny one. These kids, I'm telling you, they can do so many things. I promise you, if you're going to put a child in line when you not screaming, not shouting, quiet, they not going to make any balagan. Try it and see. One look from you, they know already, opa, that's it. Here comes the business lady. Ima means business. Very important. Now, the next thing is, are we punishing in proportion?
Not always.
Ah,
Not always. Sometimes we do more. It doesn't fit the crime. Punishment doesn't fit
and
the
it can go both ways. Sometimes they met a crime and they get out with, with a very light punishment. And sometimes they do something small and they get life sentence. Why is it? Why? Why are we punishing like that?
because we lose control and we're frustrated. I feel.
It's an emotional response.
Yeah.
Can you give a chinuch with emotions?
No. Not when you lose control of yourself.
No. If you recall, once I told you, if you recall, a child had a trip, a class, a trip that the whole class going to a trip, and he bought snacks and so on, all excited. We're going on a trip with the class and so on. At nighttime, something happened between him and his sister. Sister knows how to instigate very nicely. Maybe she pinched him under the table, or she kicked him. She annoyed him, and he did something, I don't know, let's say he gave her a pach. Ima saw it. Ma, that's what you're doing? You're not going to the trip tomorrow. What happened over here?
The punishment doesn't fit what he did. It's too extreme. It's like the Rav said with the bike last time. Also, he earned the bike and then he nudged his sister, and the parents said no bike for you because they took the favor of the sister. And he was waiting for it. He was devastated.
First of all, what the trip have to do with his own sister?
Nothing. It's just a way to threaten him. To punish
But
him.
he knows that after half an hour, you'll cave in and you say, okay, you're going. So now two things. The child knows that you're losing control, chick-chack. And your word is worthless. So what did you gain? Now you know why the kids don't want to listen to us, because they're not taking us seriously, because we're not serious. We're saying. Either we're not doing anything, or piton we're throwing on them an atom bomb. Maybe you fire a few, on the air, warning, tach, Why are you throwing atom bomb? For a child not to go to a trip, this is already atom bomb. You can tell the child, okay, you're not gonna sit with your sister anymore in the kitchen, or I don't know, or only you're gonna eat tomorrow by yourself. Okay, fine. But what does this have to do with the trip? And with the bicycle, you missed few very important details. the child was not doing well. The parents wanted to give him encouragement. They said, if you're going to bring us a report card at the end that you just around 80s, we're going to buy you the bicycle that you want. And the child, miskin, for 3 months, he killed himself. Beyond his abilities, and when he got the report card, he got over 80. The average was over 80. The parents always said, you deserve the bicycle 100%. So now it's work of 3 months. Something happened between him and the sister in the kitchen. Probably she was jealous that he will get the bicycle and she is not. And she started with him. And he, a child, he gave her back. Pitom Ima came and said, no bicycle for you. It's normal?
Not at all.
Do you know how many parents punishing like that? Where is it coming from? Well, what is 3 months? 3 months that he worked, I don't know what. So what a child says, I knew you're not gonna do it for me. You don't want to buy me the bicycle. You were looking for an excuse not to buy it for me. Now you lost trust in the parents, which is a terrible thing. So now a child gets a message. Sometimes on small things he gets big punishment. Sometimes on big crimes he doesn't get at all, a very mild punishment. So now he says, let me take a risk. He becomes a gambler, the child. Let me do this, let me see what my parents, I'm taking a chance. Our job is to bring it to a point he should not even start to thinking to take a chance. Why the child wants to take a chance and to test us over and over again? Why is it?
To see how far he could get, what he could get away with, and not Rav, to push us.
No, because you see sometimes on
Human
life
nature.
things,
No stability, no instability.
These parents are not consistent with what they're saying. Punishment and crime are two different things.
no, so
He gambles. So what if he does something big and gets away with it? So he wants to try it because there's a 50-50 chance that he won't get punished for it.
absolutely.
But Rav, did the boy get the bike at the end? I mean, did the parents really mean it? Like that was it after 3 months? Or did the mother just change her mind after she had her tantrum?
Of course they changed their minds. But Ima was done. Many mothers over here, right? They'll tell me our kids don't want to listen to us. Yes or no?
Yes.
Why is it?
Because one day we say this, we're not consistent. Like Dina said, we're not consistent with our punishments. They can't trust us, so they stop and they just do whatever they want. They don't listen.
You're threatening and then you cave in. and you say, okay, I'm not going to give you this for 2 weeks. And then you say, okay, come, take. So they say, Ima, anyway, she's,
Okay, Rav, so let's say the mother, said no bite. Should she keep to her word? Or let's say she wants to change her mind. She really
no.
made a mistake. Should
Why did you say it in the first place? That's my problem.
so we should think before we speak. No, is that the we should be careful with our words because they have value. But if we're not careful, then they lose the value. Right, Rav?
Of course.
Because we're too fast to punish. We like jump
You're
to
too
it.
fast and you're not keeping your words, and the punishment is bichlal out of proportion.
Portion. Yeah. I've done that before.
You have to concentrate, you have to be, what did he do? And we're going to punish here. It was in the kitchen, so we're going to punish in the kitchen. I don't serve you this, I don't do, you eat by yourself. Something, that belongs to the food. What is belong to the trip? Ribono shel olam. Why he has to pay 3 months of effort for one incident with a sister? What does this have to do with this? Totally not proportional. So punishment like this is not a chinuch. Not at all. Why? Because we're teaching our kids that we reacting according to our moods. Sometimes the child do something and say, okay, he is a child, leave him alone. The next day he does the same thing. You're jumping like a lion. He says, yesterday nobody said anything. Pitom now, we're not consistent. So the child says, I don't know whom I'm dealing with. I don't know what to expect anymore. So the child is very bright. What does he do? When he sees Ima, she is upset, he gets into the corner, he keeps quiet. When he sees Ima, she is in a karaoke today, yalla, they jumping and they can get whatever they want. They know already how to play with us. Because we moody. So you can call it any name. Don't call it a chinuch. This is not a chinuch. If you want to give a chinuch, I saw few homes that the mother was, and the kids were mazel like soldiers, like lambs. Because she didn't scream, she didn't yell. I don't know. And whatever she said, she did. They know, don't mess around with Ima. So then they'll try Abba. And the father have to know, right? Don't feel bad for them. Follow your wife's footsteps. You a team, and if you don't know what to do, you say, ask your mother. It's not a shame to say, ask your mother. You know, some kids, they know how to get under your skin. They say, Abba, we asking you, why you sending us to Ima all the time? What are you going to answer? Here, I'm your child. I'm asking you, why are you sending me to mommy? I was asking you, not mommy. What are you going to answer?
Her opinion is also important.
What the husband should say, whatever Ima will say, I will say the same thing. Ima is with you more than I am. Okay? So you tell me what Ima said, and then we're going to talk. So the child feels Abba is not also a easy catch. He will send them back to the captain there, and they'll play a very nice, they're having a very nice plan among themselves. I'll send to you, you send them back to me with an answer. Abba, Ima says no. So it's no. Yes, but what do you say? I say what Ima say. It's no. Yeah, but it's not fair. Okay. Then come time for discussion, but there.
But doesn't it make the mom the bad guy?
A bad guy?
Yeah, because my husband sometimes he doesn't want to say no, so he says, "Ask your mom," and he knows the answer.
Okay.
So I'm always the one that says no. It kind of drives me crazy.
No, why?
Because if the husband knows the answer should be no, and we agreed to it, right? Shouldn't the husband say no?
Whatever Ima says, zero.
Doesn't it mean though, if it was up to me, I would say differently? It kind of looks like
Sometimes
because
you
your
can
mom.
say, sometimes you can say also, whatever Abba will say, I will agree.
Okay, yeah, we're doing that. It feels a little bit off sometimes.
You don't feel Mr. Bad Guy. You have to feel you the captain of the ship when it comes to the
Okay.
kids. Don't feel bad. A chinuch is a chinuch. Sometimes we have to be what we have to be. Actually, what we're saying bad is good. You the good guy, putting them in line.
I guess I done twisted in our head, right?
If I'll say to my soldier, don't go close to the border, a sniper might shoot you in the head. Am I Mr. Bad Guy?
The nicest one ever.
I said, I want to go a little bit to get some fresh air. Why you always say no to me? Because somebody will shoot you in the head. Hey, hello. So Mr. Bad Guy become Mr. Nice Guy. Cares for you. You know, every morning we saying Baruch She'amar, yes? Baruch She'amar v'haya olam, Baruch Omer ve'oseh. What does it mean? Who knows what it means? No?
Bless the one that say and do.
Baruch
Baruch
Omer
whatever he said, he's doing it.
Hashem, whatever Hashem says, He does it. And we're saying, bless you, Hashem, that whatever you say, you do. Same thing, parents. Imay Naba, Baruch Omer ve'oseh. Don't say things and don't do anything. You said it, do it. Meaning, what do I mean to say? When you're deciding to punish a child for any reason that you decided, the punishment is coming right away. Don't say, wait. No waiting. Now, only in courts in America or wherever it is, right? They keep postponing the sentence. Yes? Postponing, and they put you on the air. Here comes Ima and says, oh, for what you did, you deserve a punishment. I have to think which one. How do you think that the child feels now?
Well, Rav, wouldn't he feel uneasy at that point? Not certain, like nervous?
Of course it will be.
But if she doesn't want to act emotionally, shouldn't she think about it before she speaks? Like, how can we punish if we're acting out of emotion?
You think right away.
But what, Rav, right? If you're angry or you're not thinking properly and the punishment is not going to fit the crime, isn't it better to wait, Rav?
No. You want to wait, right?
Because you want to calm down first so you could think rationally and not deal with emotion.
So don't manage punishment at all.
Meaning, don't be in charge of it. When your father gets home, he'll take care of it. But isn't that pushing authority off of the mother?
No. I have to think. Right now, I'm upset. So we'll talk later on.
That's okay to say?
Yes.
But not say I'm going to think which punishment.
Yes. This you don't say.
Okay, so we just to clarify, Rav, we could say, right now I'm upset and I can't talk to you, or
Yes.
okay.
We'll talk later on.
But we don't want to threaten the child or give them like
So
anxiety.
the child feels Ima wants to talk to me later on. No punishment was mentioned.
But what about if the behavior continues? Like the behavior is continuing and you're getting frustrated because,
So then you leave everything what you do,
right, the cooking and the cleaning.
the cooking and the cleaning and the phones, and you
Yeah.
get the child and tell him, do you want me to punish you right now? Because your behavior pushing me to punish you. I don't want to do it. But you're not leaving me any choice. Now I'm giving you a choice to stop what you're doing. And if you're not, I'm going to punish you. How does it sound to you?
Sounds good. And just carrying it out.
I didn't do anything yet. I didn't say, I'm leaving you the choice. The ball is in your court now. Either you stop, Either I have to punish you, and if he will continue, you have already time to think how I'm going to punish you if he's going to continue.
Okay, got it. Thank you, Rav.
But can I ask another question?
Yes.
If let's say, because my kids are already older, if let's say after the punishment, so I typically put them in timeout or take away their device, something like that. So they already know what to expect. But when we're talking to them about the situation, are we allowed to put them in our shoes? Like to say, you know, this happened, I felt like this, you did that. You know, what else could I have done? Like something like that. Is that okay to say, or is it taking away our power?
Why? You have to say that your behavior was not acceptable. Is it? What? What not acceptable? Everybody is doing it. Okay, so now you start to specify. What you don't like.
Mhm.
And it's an open discussion now.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
the
Rabbi-
child feels that you're not jumping and we're discussing. Your behavior is not acceptable. But all
Rabbi-
my friends are like that. Sometimes you can hear information that you don't know even.
Mm-hmm.
In my school, everybody has it. Huh? Okay. So now she told you everybody has it. So now you understand that the child is under peer pressure. So what are we going to do? That's the behavior because of the class. And she don't want to be different than anybody else. So now you have to think
If
what
it
I'm
has
going
to
to
do
do.
with money, if let's say it has to do with money, let's say the kids decided to do, you know, instead of doing like what was it? You know, they exchange gifts on Hanukkah. So this year they
Okay.
decided to do amongst themselves without permission of the parents. And so she remembered it only when it's already evening time and we need to, you know, catch up with the homework and this and that. But everybody's doing it. So
Exchanging.
gifts for Hanukkah.
Okay.
So I was getting upset because they did not get the okay from the parents, and it's like their own initiative, the kids' initiative.
What they exchanging already.
No, it's not even a problem of money and things like that. It's just like I don't have time to go buy somebody else a gift. You know, is that because I was telling her like next time don't agree to something like this without my okay with it.
But now you have to ask her. Don't jump on her yet. Ask her who it's everybody is doing it. They changing. I say yes. So now you know if everybody is doing it. Your daughter, she is among the class.
But isn't it a trick that the kids pull also?
What?
Isn't it a trick that the kids pull also? Like everybody's doing it. You cannot find out that everybody's doing it. So you just take their word for it. Can that be also?
So you should start to ask your daughter, this and this and this doing it, this one, do the details. I'm not investing. I want to know what's going on in the school.
Mhm.
Is the principal knows about it? Your teacher knows about it?
Okay.
You're talking to already to a grown up.
Thank you.
Okay. So now, if you tell a child, wait and see. I'm going to think now what punishment I'll give you. Punishment you'll get, but I don't know yet what it is going to be. I have to discuss with Abba, and then we'll see how to punish you. Meantime, few hours, this child miskin. What are you doing? What are you doing? You're torturing your own child. You're torturing. You decided he deserve a punishment. Now. So at least we get it over with.
So Rav, if we don't punish, does that at that moment, does that mean we missed the boat? We have to wait for it to happen again in order to punish?
What?
Rav, if we miss the boat at that moment, if we don't punish and we miss the boat, does that mean we have to wait for the next account of when he behaves like that to punish him again with that? Like if we
Yes.
don't punish right away and it's an hour later, already has no effect. So we have to wait for him to misbehave again before we punish?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Rav.
You know, once I spoke to a yeshiva boy in my shul. He came to talk to me. He says, I don't know what I'm living for. He said to me, Kara, in these words, I'm bitter, miserable. I don't see any reason to continue living like that. I said, have a seat, Habibik. We have to talk. I said, why? What can be so bad already? Listen to what he says. He says his father used to have a chart on the wall, and every time he didn't follow the discipline rules, the father used to put it on the chart. So he said, when you're gonna get to certain points, I'm gonna punish you. Mambash. When he reached the point that the father decided that this already deserved punishment, the father used to tell him, tomorrow I'll punish you. And he used Kara to give him smacks. And when I spoke to the father, I said, listen, your son is a suicidal. What are you doing? He says, how my son will know what is going on? He has to know for every action, the hell is open and he's gonna fall there. I wanted to teach him that he should not get there. באמת, all I had left to do is to call Atzala to take this man to LIJ. He's out of his mind. He says, I wanted to build in my child resistant. So he should not fall into do bad sins, so he should not go to hell. Are you out of your mind? That's a chinuch. And the child was destroyed, mother destroyed. And the child understood exactly the opposite. The child understood he is sitting on a barrel that can blow any second. So the child used to live under such a pressure at home. Because every move father didn't like, right away to the child, here comes your hell, soon enough. So the child lost the simcha, lose the happiness. Everything looks to him dark. And the child told me, I was waiting for a day that the points will come to the amount and my father will smack me because I couldn't stand this. And now listen to Shulchan Aruch, what he said. His father was a sinner. A sinner, all that, who knows how many sins. I'm reading from the Shulchan Aruch now. Halacha. Lo ya'ayem, you should not threaten al hatinok, meaning your child, sheyakeu le'achar zeman, that I'm going to hit you later on. אלא אם רואה הוא עושה איזה מעשה, but if you see that the child doing things which is not proper, either yakeu miyad, right away you're going to punish him, or ישתוק לגמרי, or keep quiet, don't say anything. But don't leave the child on the air. Black or white. זהו. And the Shulchan Aruch brings a story. Since when he became a storyteller? He is a law book. He's not a storyteller. But he had to say it. Maaseh, there is a case, בתינוק שברח מבית הספר. A child didn't like the school, he ran away from school, he took a day off. And his father said, one more time, I'm going to do to you this, you're going to get for me. And the Shulchan Aruch writes, והלך התינוק והמית את עצמו. The child committed suicide. The Shulchan Aruch said the child committed suicide. Could you believe this? Because his father said, wait and see what I'll do to you. You cannot do this to a child. Child knows right away. Don't wait. And the Gemara brings also. מעשה בתינוק אחד בבני ברק. The Gemara says there is a case with a child in a city called Bnei Brak that he broke a plate on Shabbat. He slipped from his hand and it broke. And his father looked at him, he told him, I'm going to pull your ear. ונתיירא מאביו, he was afraid of his father, והלך ואיבד עצמו בבור. He jumped into a pit. He never came out of there. He was afraid from the punishment.
He was afraid of getting his ear pulled.
Yeah.
Is that such a bad punishment? Oh, pull your ear?
Who knows how his father used to say? מכאן אמרו חכמים, for חכמים learn from this. אל ירא אדם לתינוק באוזנו. You don't show a child ככה, או ככה. This, a child is terrified from all this. אלא מלכהו מיד, if you want to do it right now. או ישתוק ולא יאמר כלום, or keep quiet and don't say anything. Because when a child is scared, he cannot control himself. So now, sometimes Ima using Abba as the executioner. What happened? The kid's getting on her nerves and she cannot control them and say, wait, Abba will come home. Abba will give you such spanking. I will tell him everything that you did. And see what Abba gonna do to you. Misken Abba became executioner. Three things which is very bad in this case. First of all, the threatening put the child under a lot of pressure until his father will come home. And who knows what can he do to himself. Number two, Ima lost her opportunity to discipline a child because the child knows Ima is incapable. She's waiting for Abba to come to take care. So don't listen to her b'chlal. And the child will say, Mommy, she is a snitcher. Mommy, she is a snitcher. She always snitching to Abba. Number two problem. Number three, you making such a terrible image to your husband, the father of these kids. She is making him to the policeman, the evil one, or to the executioner, that he is the one to take the action in this house. Ima is just a snitcher, right? And Abba is there. Who can live like that? That's life? Huh? Miskenim, these kids are, if these kids are in such a house, Rahmanut, באמת, I feel bad for them.
Kvod Harav, are we allowed to say if you don't improve or if you don't work on this, I will let your father know? Or is that also the same category? Why not? But we're giving them a chance to improve.
What you should do, you should call your husband when the kids don't hear and tell them this and this is the case. When you come home, we're gonna take the kid and both of us will talk to him. And then Abba is not executioner, and Abba is not the policeman. We, the two engineers over here, we want to talk to you.
So the only way for us to motivate our kid to improve in the long run is only through prizes?
Only through talking, explaining, and to show the positive side of everything that you're doing. And then comes all the prizes.
Mhm.
Husband and wife needs to work together. Hello. Back to Shlom Bayit again and again and again. If you don't have Shlom Bayit, you're not going to have any chinuch. Forget it. Don't think about it. Sweet dreams is not going to happen. Kids sense very fast that there's two entities over here. When Abba and Ima are calling a child into the room and they're sitting him down and says, okay, Abba is saying to the child, Ima told me what happened. Or it is better even that Ima saying to Abba next to the child, this and this today happened. So right away, she is not a snitcher because she's saying it next to the child and she's asking the child, this and this happened? Yes. This and this happened? Yes. Okay, so I'm saying the truth? Yes. Now, Abba also is you, Abba, my partner. He has to hear all this. So now all three of us, we're going to discuss how to continue. This behavior we're not going to tolerate. So the child sees that the two responsible people talking over here. They're not quick to punish. And then you ask the child, do you have any idea how we will be going to improve it? We're not going to take this. That's for sure not. And don't bring us to a point that we're going to have to punish you. We don't want to do it. So let's talk now. What is your idea to improve? It's a very serious discussion. I don't say that the child will improve tomorrow, but in the subconscious, his parents are responsible people. They're not shooting from the hip. They're not threatening him. He will behave. Did you get it?
Mhm. Just really difficult.
you.
The kids,
What?
it's really difficult. I mean, I feel for the kids because they want to listen to us, but Satan is so strong. So it's so hard to get them to choose the right thing, instead of getting distracted to do your homework, like I don't know, for me as a kid I wanted to learn my times tables and all that stuff, and for me, I actually give them games with multiplication and make it fun, but math again. It's like, I don't understand that. So that's why I wanted to go that route.
You have to understand the child. You have to be calm. You have to be, we have to admit we don't have patience enough. We don't have it.
We tend to lose it after repeating ourselves multiple times. We're trying our best to do this and to do that.
You don't have to repeat so many times. Take the child to the side and say, listen to me. This kind of behavior, I'm not going to accept it. So you tell me, do you want me to punish you, Tzaddik? What are you trying to do? That's all. And if he continues, that okay, mommy has no choice. I'm sorry, I have to punish you, but that's it. Are you deaf? Are you deaf? Are you retarded? How many times I have to tell you? Why do we need this?
True. Okay.
ככה. צדיק, I'm sorry, but no pizza for you. What can we do? And the child get upset. How come Ima is not showing any? But inside, he knows Ima, she is Habibi, she knows what she is doing. She's sure of what she's doing.
Thank you for that.
You have to present it right. Okay? Our time is up. Unfortunately, tomorrow we're not going to have a class because I'm going to give you a night off. I have a family night. It's about time. They deserve me also.
100%.
Okay, so I said, okay.
For sure.
Enjoy,
So,
Rav.
I'll see you again Thursday at 1 o'clock. Imir Hashem.
That's right.
And then Thursday night, I'll be back one more time.
Great.
Okay?
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Tomorrow,
Thank you.
tomorrow
Thank you.
is the night out, husband and wife night out.
Thank you, Rav.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Good night,
good night.
everybody. Good night. I'll see you Thursday.
Good night, Rav. Chanukah Sameach.
Right.
Hanukkah
Hanukkah
Sameach.
Sameach, Rav.
Yeah.
Hanukkah Sameach.